News at 5.
Welcome in. A popular summer program for Kansas families needing more money.
The Sunflower Summer Program gives Kansas families with school-age kids a way to see a variety of attractions across the state with the cost of admission paid. But now it may need some help to meet demand. Sean logging now with what some of the leaders of those attractions say is needed to keep this program going.
Mike, Rachel, to make one thing clear, there's no plans to cut funding from the Sunflower Summer Program. The concern, or what the ask is rather, is that funding be increased so that it can adequately meet the demand, especially of what was seen last summer. The president and CEO of the Kansas Aviation Museum was among the attractions and in Topeka today speaking with lawmakers about this program and its needs. He says when it comes to its benefits and impacts, it has an economic, educational, and helps build strong families. The Sunflower Summer Program in 2024 was in demand.
About a 95% increase in attractions, and I want to say it was somewhere around 70 or so % increase in number of attendees.
The app last year offered free admission to more than 220 attractions across the state to Kansas families with school-age kids. 154,000 Kansas families made use of it.
The state reimburses those attractions up to a $15 stipend per attraction.
Ben Cecita with the Kansas Aviation Museum, speaking in Topeka Monday, says that the ask to lawmakers is $5 million so this program is adequately funded for the 2026 budget year, which would start this summer.
For every dollar the state is investing in the Sunflower Summer Program, we're seeing about a $6 return on the economic impact.
Rolling Hills Zoo in Salina has participated since the start.
2021. It was designed as a way for families to get out.
Initially run by the Kansas State Department of Education using federal COVID dollars, in 2024 it moved to Kansas Tourism under the Commerce Department when the legislature approved $3 million to continue it.
This program has been an incredible door for them to be able to explore everything that Kansas has to offer. Many times families are in budgets.
Linda Henderson says that survey results show that attractions reported increased visits and families spending money at attractions to eat out and some overnight stays. And with the expansion this program has seen, attractions are hoping it sees an increase in funding.
This is an educational component to what kids are also learning in schools. It allows them a broader aspect of what is available and what Kansas has.
The budget that the legislature is currently working has $3.5 million for the Sunflower Summer Program, so the ask is to increase that about another $1.5 million. Now they're hoping that through attractions, businesses, and families that can help to do that. Now Ben tells me one thing to highlight too is this is a one-of-a-kind program across the country, and now other states are looking to copy what Kansas has created.
Sean, thank you. New at 5 today.